that time, in 2013, 2014. And then when I went to India, I met with him. I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, you're from Toronto. What the hell are you living in India for?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? And then he, I guess, had some businesses going on there.
He had like a gym.
Like he was young and really, really business like. He was already making, like, at that time, I didn't know what business, had businesses open at that time.
And
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like 16, like, you know what I mean? So when
he was living alone in India. He had like a gym.
He had his own condo. He had a business, a fitness there. So like even my conversations with him were all business. Like he was like, "What do you want to do? What should we do?" It's like he's always very businessy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he saw me doing music. You know, he'd share my music, blah blah. He's like, so like, why don't we start a label? Like he said, I'm like, wow, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we thought of the name Royal Music Gang. Even the original logo that's on every song right now, he designed that with his hand.
Oh, no way.
We never changed it. That logo of RMG, he made it with his hand.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So he started it there, and then what happened was I think I came back and then I started focusing more on production. Because he's like, there's singers, you should start making music, you know how to do it, blah, blah, blah. And I started producing songs, and we started releasing it, 1 song, 2 songs from the label.
Yeah.
And then what happened at that time, I think 2014, Elly came in the picture. We finished his album. His album was done, and then Opinder was going to release his album. And right when the album was going to come out, he passed away.
Oh,
so this was 2015. So I think the album was supposed to come out in December, and he passed away in like November. He passed in December. Album was supposed to come out in November. So the whole album got delayed. And then because of this whole situation, everyone was upset. We just released Elly's album just like that on the channel. I don't think he even came out on Royal Music Gang after. I think he dropped it on his own channel, but it just came out, and that song, Affair, blew up 3 months after. So if it came out December, January, February, March, I remember March, I think March started, Affair started popping off everywhere. That's when I started receiving love that I'd never seen before as a producer.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's weird how people come into your life, but you met him, you know, he believed in you, you guys created something, and then he passed on.
So Elly was pretty much the first guy that we launched, in a sense, like as in like we put our time as in making the music and trying to do this.
Tell me the story about meeting Elly, because he says he worked at a car wash. You came to wash your car.
I came back from England. I was driving through, getting my car washed at a car wash in and out on Kennedy. So I'm driving in, I took my things out. That time I already had like a whole bunch of songs out. I had 2 albums out, Gaddi, Nishana, all these songs have already come out. Locally, I don't know about worldwide, no one knew who I was. Locally, I had these songs already out. So I guess he heard Gaddi or one of these songs, and he comes up to me, he's washing cars, he's like, "Hey Deep," he's like, I really love your music. He's like, "I want to make a song." I'm like, okay, like, here's my number, come by the studio. And literally that same night, he came by to the studio. And we just made his album from there. It took, I think, 8-9 months to make his album, dropped his album. I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest. I was just making music. Like, I've made music before.
Was he singing before that? Or
no, he was a brand new artist.
Oh, okay.
He had no songs out.
Yeah, Affair was the last song we did.
I think,
The last song.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
I think the Daku was...
On the album?
No, after his album.
Yeah, no, I'm saying on the album.
Yeah,
the song
so the album was done. The whole album was done.
Yeah.
And that's how we met Ladli Mundi as well.
Yeah,
Ladli Mundi came, he's from here, and he wrote the song Affair, and I think Thug Life.
Thug Life, yeah.
Thug Life, he wrote those 2 songs, and those 2 songs were the last songs on his album. So we made those literally like the same day you were mixing the album. The next, I think, couple days we were going to India. And that was the biggest song of the album. It was literally last day.
Affair was massive, man.
How much truth is there to some of the things Elly said in his interview that he had with, I think it was Benipal, where he's talking about, he created the RMG name, that, he these guys are laughing. I guess not much truth to it, but he said that, he didn't like you making music with other producers, or you didn't like him, making music with other producers.
I'll tell you about that whole situation. So pretty much, whatever he's saying is pretty much wrong.
Okay.
He's making no sense, okay? RMG has been there before he even came in the picture. Like I said, Opinder, Dhaliwal started all that stuff.
Yeah.
I guess he wants to feel like he was a reason why things popped off. But what happened was once his album came out, a lot of singers started coming to me. A lot of singers, this singer, that singer, people started coming to me. And I guess he didn't like it. I guess he wanted me to focus just on him. So I guess that's why he's saying that, you know.
Okay. No, that makes sense, man. I mean, he talked about, you know, the Speed Records thing. I guess you guys all made a track together or the album or whatever.
But that was way later, bro.
That was
that's way later.
But even the whole RMG thing, like I knew Opinder as well, so he helped me out in India. He did my bookings in India, and I didn't even know who Elly was at that time. So it was Deep who introduced me. Exactly. And when we did your launch party for Into Deep, Chetan did that too.
Yeah, that was a sick party. That was a sick party.
Film Mitaba.